Welcome to the Film and TV channel, and today we're going to have a look at the first 3 episodes, an 8-episode season, this, or series, The Wheel of Time, the fantasy adventure television series that's been put together for Amazon Prime Video. So there you go, they've shown the first 3 episodes, and we will have to wait for the next 5 on a weekly basis. A bit more on that in a moment. The series is based, of course, on Robert Jordan's novel series of the same name, and it's produced by Sony Pictures Television and Amazon Studios. The first season consists of the 8 episodes, premiered on Prime Video on November the 18th, 2021. And everything I'm going to talk about today is November the 19th, 2021, so all the comments, etc. So we've had the first 3 released. The remaining 5 will air weekly until December the 24th. Yeah, Christmas Eve. There you go. I've even got 3 or 4 days off. That can't be too bad, can it? And in May 2021, the series was renewed for a 2nd season ahead of the series premiere. So they must have been quite impressed with it then, mustn't they? Right, well, what's it about? Well, The Wheel of Time follows, how do you pronounce this? Moiraine, a member of the Aes Sedai, a powerful organisation of women who can use magic. She takes a group of 5 young people on a journey around the world. This world anyway, believing one of them might be the reincarnation of the dragon, a powerful individual prophesied to either save the world or destroy it. Well, I'll go with saved eventually. The first 3 episodes are entitled Leave Taking, Shadows Waking, and A Place of Safety. The main guys in this, the main characters and actors, we've got the wonderful, lovely, I do like Rosamund Pike, I must admit, as Moiraine, and Aes Sedai. I mean, I have watched this and I forgot what they call them, but you know me in names anyway. Daniel Henney as Alan Mandragoran, Zoe Robbins as Niamh Almera, Madeline Madden as Egwene Alvera, Joshua Stradowski as Randall Thor, Marcus Rutherford as Perrin Ibarra, Barney Harris, Season 1, and Donald Finn, Season 2, as Matt Cawthon. So he must age a bit. Kate Fleetwood as Leandrin Girail and Aes Sedai, and Priyanka Bosse as Alana Mosfani and Aes Sedai. So please, my apologies. I did listen to the thing and forget how you pronounce the names, but hey, that's me, isn't it? You know what I'm getting at anyway. Is it any good? Yeah, well, Rotten Tomatoes, it reports a 64% approval rating, average rating of 6.8 out of 10, which, it's fair enough. That's based on 34 reviews, 22 fresh and 12 rotten, so a good sprinkling of rotten. The consensus reads, The Wheel of Time's revolutions can be a bit creaky as it tries to stand out from the other fantasy series, but it succeeds admirably in making Robert Jordan's epic approachable for the uninitiated. I've not read any of Robert Jordan's books. I might go back and read them, but always once I've watched this, will I want to be honest with you. Christian Hoffer, he was fresh. He's from comicbook.com. The Wheel of Time is an enjoyable watch and a solid adaptation that should make fans of the books happy. For some, the show might struggle to stand out amongst other high-profile fantasy series. I can't disagree with that one. Nick Allen, well, he's a bit rotten on it. He's from RogerEbert.com. He said, it's hard to get lost in this world when it feels so emotionally distant, so scattered and so packed with thin plot lines. So I didn't like it. Rotten Tomatoes audience, they seem to like it, as IMDb did in a minute when we get to that. Rotten Tomatoes audience, 4.1 out of 5, so that equates to 8.2 out of 10, so that's not bad, is it? Metacritic, there you go, all the other site we have a look at. Again, the critics aren't as impressed as the public. What am I? I'm a public, which uses a weighted average assigned a score of 54 out of 100. Again, just over half. That's based on 18 critics. So not great on Metacritic either. But the important one, and one that's a little bit skewed to me, a little bit wrong. Internet Movie Database. We've had 2,163 scores and reviews left. Of that, 1,254, over half, scored it 10 out of 10. So there's definitely something wrong here, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no way this is a 10 out of 10. But that's a hell of a lot of votes for 10 out of 10, isn't it? So, you know what I do? I've took out all the 10 out of 10s. That actually makes it an Internet Movie Database average of 8 out of 10, which is very, very high. I mean, if you look at Game of Thrones, I actually got 9.2 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database. Again, very skewed, very high. I didn't have a quick look at how many 10 out of 10s that one got, but there is something going on, guys, isn't there, with this when you get 1,254 out of 2,163, giving it 10 out of 10. No, it's not right, that. So the episodes themselves, episode 1 scored 8.3, episode 2 scored 8.9, and episode 3 scored 8.8. Yeah. So if you take out the 10 out of 10s, and I'll take out the 1 out of 10s for balance, but there wasn't that many of them anyway. You got 560 who scored it between 6 and 9, and 154 that scored it between 2 and 5. So again, it's a 78% positivity, and I think that's fair. I mean, that will bring the average probably down to about a 7-ish, 7.5, something like that, which I think is probably a more reasonable figure to look at. And I'll bring you on to my little thoughts on this. I mean, it was a good, solid 3 episodes. If there's no doubt we've seen it all before, there's nothing new in this, guys. I'm sorry, we have seen it in fantasy adventures, both good and bad over the years. You know me, I like all my films, but I'm a big fan of fantasy adventure. And of course, comparisons were being made initially a couple of weeks ago when this was first obviously started being promoted in a very big way. Comparisons were being made with Game of Thrones. To be honest with you, it's far, far closer to Lord of the Rings. I mean, I say the plot lines are very, very similar to Lord of the Rings rather than Game of Thrones. In all fairness, there's no real comparison apart from it being a fantasy adventure, which is what it is. But it's solid enough. It's solid enough fantasy adventure. No great leaps in storyline or more than what we've seen. But yeah, it's okay. It's well done. They spent money on it. It's good when they spend money on it. I mean, this is the sort of thing you could get a series of, and it looks cheap, but this doesn't look cheap. It looks as though they spent a few quid on it, which is always good. Not all the characters are currently working. It's only 3 episodes in. Some will probably have to grow on you. But as far as chemistry, it's not quite working out altogether. I mean, some of the little mini adventures, if you like, as you'd imagine, there's a number of characters. They do, I'm not giving too much away, they do get split up at times. And obviously little stories go elsewhere and meet other people, etc., etc., which you'd expect. And yeah, some of the little mini adventures in some interest me more than others, because obviously some of the characters I like more than others. So very, very early doors that is happening. So as I say, I'm sort of some of the characters and some of the new characters being added, I'm taking a bit of getting used to, or even being that interested in, to be honest with you. And there's lots of characters thrown into it, lots of people, lots of towns, lots of different types of people and wanderers and all this sort of thing. But it's quite easy to keep up, as I said, because you know the main protagonist, so it's not too confusing. I would have. This is the sort of thing I prefer a binge watch, because having to wait week on week for the weekly instalment does grow a bit weary. And I'm not exactly on the edge of my seat, guys, to wait for number 4. I'm looking forward to it, but I can honestly say I'm not sort of on the edge of my seat thinking, oh, I can't wait for that. So not the greatest sign. That doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's not sort of grabbing me that I might have hoped it would do. But yeah, I wouldn't have minded binge watching this one, but I'm going to have to watch it weekly until Christmas Eve, aren't I? So as we all are, of course. I think there's an obvious bias, as I said, in that Internet Movie Database score. But then again, as I said, Game of Thrones got 9.2 out of 10. So if this getting an 8 out of 10 compared to that, all right, say Game of Thrones was a 9 out of 10. I would put this down towards a 7 based on that. 7.5 if Game of Thrones was a 9 out of 10. So, and I think Lord of the Rings, the actual Fellowship of the Ring, the first one, I had a quick look at that. I think I got 8.8 out of 10. Again, this is down towards 7, I think, compared to that as well. I think that's a more reasonable score. Let me know what you think, guys. Any of you watch this. So I'm going to give it a score. My score after 3 episodes is a very watchable, and my very watchable score is 6.5 out of 10. So it is a very watchable, good fantasy with money spent. And as I said, I do look forward to watching the next episode, but I'm not waited on the edge of my seat and, going to watch it as soon as it becomes, at midnight or whatever, whenever Amazon release it. I'm not that desperate to watch it, but it's good standard fantasy adventure stuff. And let's face it, we get some rubbish, don't we? So it's nice to have some like this. Anyway, let me know what you think if you get to watch this. As I say, yeah. Obviously, I'm only watching it really for is it Rosamund Pike? Yeah, I'm only watching it for Rosamund Pike. To be honest with you, probably my favourite in it. So there you go. The rest of them, yeah, there's a couple of others that I quite like, but as I said, not all the characters have grown on me yet. Anyway, thanks for watching. What we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other as we meet here again on the Film and TV channel. I'll perhaps have a flick across, have a look at my cities in channel, my football team, Manchester City. If you're not interested in that, don't worry. I'll see you back on here very, very soon, hopefully. Until then, please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.